Pleasant day to each and everyone. By the way, I am Sir LNT Dakiwag, and today we're gonna present to you our output coming from the activity that our teacher Miss Okat has given to us. So these are the activity. First one, essay and look for companies that implements and practices centralized and decentralized level of authority. Create an organizational structure based on your selected company. Provide brief explanation in each part of the structure and compare the top management's decision making for centralized and decentralized level of authority. So my partner and we decided to divide the part of centralized and decentralized. So today I am going to answer the part of centralized level of authority. So let's start. So these are some of the examples of companies with centralized management structure. So we have McDonald's, Apple, and KFC. So these three organizations or these three companies, the involvement of their decision making capability is in the hands of the top management. And I give three examples, but we are going to focus on the company of McDonald's. So fast food businesses like McDonald's predominantly use centralized management structure to ensure that control is maintained over their thousands of outlets and also to ensure the consistency of customers experience and quality of each branches or each location. So let's proceed to the organizational structure of McDonald's. So this is the McDonald's organization structure. So as we could see, Don Thompson is the chairman and COO of McDonald's or Chief Operating Officer, and his job is he has served on the board as an independent director and most recently chaired the audit committee. And under Don Thompson, we have Jim Skinner and Alan D. Fedman. They have both position of president and COO. So their job is to oversight responsibility for the company's restaurant worldwide. So as we could see in this structure, for Jim Skinner, he is responsible for the company of McDonald's in Greece, in Asia, and in Pacific. As well as Alan D. Fedman is responsible for the McDonald's companies from the America. And we also have Executive Vice President. So Executive Vice President oversees the company's human resources and operations around the world. And also they lead the corporations in terms of diversity and inclusion and also the talent management among other areas. So for the zone managers and the regional managers, the primary duties of zone and regional manager is to coordinate to each other and achieve sales goals. As a zone manager and a regional manager, their job or their duties are to oversee product or service distribution and strategies and analyze the situation and every process of the company. And also we have market manager, operational manager, and the regional human resource manager or the HRM. So for market manager, they are responsible for managing the promotion and positioning of a brand or the products and services that the company sells. So they are the one responsible for their franchises market. And also for the operational manager, they provides leadership, coaching, and directions of batch of restaurants with the purpose of improving restaurant operations, internally developing talent, maximizing the long-term sales and profit of each restaurant. And also for the Regional Human Resources Manager or HRM, the purpose of their job is to study and know the recruitment and producing its products in that particular region. And also we have supervisors who supervise the store managers and his assistant and also the chief managers and co-persons. So for the first assistant, first assistant assess the store managers and supervisors in running a profitable restaurant and making sure that the restaurant meets McDonald's standard. And also we have shift managers. So for shift managers, they run informative, energetic shift huddles and energize the team throughout the shift. And also for crew person's job, they are the members of the stores or they are the crew person who work in the kitchen preparing food at the front counter, helping customers through the ordering process. So let's move on. Compare the top management's decision making for centralized and decentralized. So for centralized organizations can be extremely efficient regarding business decisions, and it involves decision making capability in the hands of top management, and it applies that all power authority is upheld at the topmost level. So it's like what I said a while ago. And for the decentralization in an organization involves decision-making capability through middle management or lower management. So decisions that are made are coming from the top level of their organization, while the decentralized structure or decentralized management structure are so let's move on. So it is the essay questions. So how does the government rules and policies help business activity to the market? So my answer is the government rules and policies help every business activity to the market by protecting the rights of employees, and the consumers or customers, and define the financial liability the owners of the company have. So it limits the risks to the amount they have invested in a certain business or organization. Rules and policies also protect the environment regulations, investor rights, and enforcing contracts. So second question, give one example or situation to the government trying to help the Philippines some business firms. As far as I know, about the business world, small businesses and maybe some of the big business entity experience lack or loss of capital, especially there are a lot of calamities happen. And one thing that I know that the government is trying to help some business firms of the Philippines is in a way of guaranteeing business entity, especially small businesses, to get a loan with a low amount of interest, which will help business firm to continue in operating and keeping the good flows of the economy. So third question, is it essential to the government to work and implement public policies? Yes, it is essential because it molds the economy and social welfare of the citizens. And government is a body of people that work effectively in implementing laws and successfully guide our society by its institutions to exercise political, executive, and sovereign power with the intent managing state of well-being that benefits all aspects of the society. So that would be all. Thank you and God bless.